What's up, everybody? I think it's November 6th or 7th, I don't know what day it is. Wednesday or Thursday. I'm just coming to you with an update. A lot on my mind, actually. I don't know what the fuck's going on. But as things seem to slow down, and I don't have much going on around me, and other times it's been really prevalent and seemed like it has. Right now it's been really slow, but as I'm being tested, I test back, and to get a reaction you have to act. And I just had a plane fly right over my head. I'm out in the middle of the woods. The confirmation that I'm still being targeted, still being watched. And I'm saying flying over my head, I'm talking like low. That's what they do. But that just gave me the confirmation I needed. And I'm sick of being here, being stagnant in the same energy. I'm about to come undone. I'm about to break out. I don't know what else to do. I lost a tooth last night, one of my front ones. About had to come apart on it. I'm sick of suffering. Sick of living this fucking life while all my family around me plays this fucking game, and it's called guilt. Guilty of what they've done to me, and I know who the hell I am. Everything's real. You know, I get better at things and mastery over myself, and the more they push away. And it's not because I was doing anything wrong before. It's because of my knowledge and their guilt. And it's been that way for years. And it has gotten to the point where they can't stand to be around me because of what they've done to me. And their guilt behind it all. That's why these restraining orders and bullshit reasons for shunning me, casting me out, when in the whole time I've proven myself and I've bounced back. I ain't nothing to be fucked with, and I told you all who I am, and I mean it. I'm not gonna sit here and argue with anybody anymore. I'm not gonna argue. There's no point in arguing. I don't. I just tell you, I told you who I am. If you don't believe me, that's fine. I'm not here to convince you of who I am and my mission. If my track record and what I've been doing doesn't speak for itself, then I don't know what does. But in the meantime, I'm out here suffering, homeless. Luckily, I've had friends to stay at, Ronnie Yeager, and the appreciation extends. But I can't keep doing this, and I'm not gonna sit here in a mediocre fucking job. Not when I have purpose, and everybody knows it. And when they try to question me or argue with me, they get shut down every time. Why? Because everybody knows already. Whether you're trying to dissuade me or, throw a wrench in my works, or you're jealous, or what the fuck ever, I don't know. But I didn't choose this. It was chosen for me. And the betrayals from my family, all that shit from a Christian family, what they're doing is demonic. What they've done to me is demonic. And trying to destroy me. And of course, the more the truth and knowledge and everything that's coming about surfaces, the further they distance themselves. And that's fine. I don't need them in my life. If that's the kind of people they are, and they're, doing what they're doing, claiming to be Christian, and doing actual evil, whether it's intentionally or not, but it's been done intentionally to me. I've had 13 years of collecting evidence that supports it. And I don't talk shit. Nothing rolls from my mouth unless it's fact. I'm doing an inheritance. I'm waiting for this stuff to roll through. I don't know. I've been obedient. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Clinging to my faith and rising above and not doing any old repeat patterns of behavior. because those patterns were part of a process, and that process was an algorithm that had to be unearthed and risen to the surface, and it's called truth. And my truth around my whole life, 45 years in existence, all the things that have happened to me and are all pertaining to this point in history right now. Too many supernatural things that go beyond imagination that's happened to me, and I've had witness and testimony to this from other people that's experienced these things with me, like being beamed by one of the 7 demons of hell. What I have been led to know by source is Beelzebub, and I witnessed to that. My best friend Billy Hatfield that was witness to it as he put a scope on it, one of my gun scopes, after my rights were taken away from me. One of my gun scopes, as he looked up at it, saying it's got horns on it. And I have my phone in my hand, which is a brand new Microsoft 928i Microsoft phone at that time. And I had the camera up and ready to take a picture, and that spot beam come down on me. I couldn't see, it was so blinding. It was such a bright white light. But I took the picture with my head turned, not looking into the light, snapped the shot, and what came back was a picture of an acorn-shaped object, and within its bowels were the demonic faces of twisted, tortured souls in agony. At the top of it was the head of a majestic-looking man with small, short little horns on his head, a beard, and what Billy said through what he saw through the scope was a mouth that had diabolical evil, like its mouth was made of metal. And that is just after experiences and several years of my awakening and coming to know my identity, or just, know what was I was stepping into as far as my spiritual gifts and, spirit guides connecting with me. And, it's been nothing but since. But I know I have purpose. I can't go back to mediocre life. God will not allow me to, and I won't allow myself to. And in Jesus' name, with that purpose, I will walk into it. I need the door to open. I need my teeth fixed, man. I feel like my life's fucking coming apart. It has. Everything's been taken from me. From my family and my girlfriend. It's all been done systematically. And they say not intentionally. Bullshit. The guilt shows it all. And their actions speak louder than words. And their actions show exactly that I've been 100% intuitively right the whole fucking time. And here I am suffering, waiting for destiny. And my soulmate to come into my life. He's supposed to be somebody well-known and of money to allow me to use my spiritual gifts and create so I can be abundant. But I can't do it here. I'm waiting on her. Do I walk away? There's nothing here for me. I even reached out to an ex last night that I just needed somebody to talk to for a minute because I was coming apart. But again, the guilt keeps them from talking to me because they're guilty. And they won't acknowledge me at all. And it's not because of anything I've done. It's because of their guilt and what they've done to me. A child and a son of God. I know destiny's right around the corner. I'm trying to be patient. At the same time, it's very frustrating. And when you have shit coming apart on your physical body, it's just like, and that's my smile, you know what I mean? I've always smiled, and I need a new life so I can get shit fixed. Tired of living. I really am. Like I said, I didn't choose this. It was systematically chosen for me, and I've got all the evidence and all the facts that prove it. I was reading in Proverbs earlier in the Bible, and it says, one of what God hates the most. And it's a mouth that speaks against their neighbor, lies, it talks about basically doing unto others and doing anything against your fellow man or your brethren harm. And that's what's been done to me. And that's why they hide their guilt, and that's why they're ashamed. They won't surface because of that. God, when is my time? When is it my time? I've been patient, you know. If it wasn't for me being on camera, I'd be in fucking tears right now. But my most emotional times come from when I'm in meditation and by myself. And it's just hard for me to break, even though I know I've been caught crying plenty. Because the camera rolls when I'm not even looking. I'm gonna let it go for now. I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm tired of doing this. And I need a foundation and a support so I can get my head above water and rise. And it's not going to be in a mediocre fashion. It's all or nothing. It's do or die. And that's my philosophy, and I don't care. I've lost everything anyway. Lord, take me home. Give me eternal life. What's death? I'm not afraid of it either. I'm ready to be freed from my burdens and my suffering, to live in abundance, and I'm trying to keep that mind frame and that mindset of positivity. But at the same time, it's hard when you can't get that door to crack open enough to get through the fucking thing. Everything has purpose. I guess, God. I'll be patient and wait. I'm signing off. I love you guys.